Welcome back to another camera channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at the new 600C Pro Mark II. The 600C Pro has been given an upgrade for 2024. Welcome, the new 600C Pro Mark II. Not many things have actually changed in this Mark II version, so let's go over what's the same. It's the same control box, it's the same head lead, and it's the same power cable. It's more or less the same body design on the outside, apart from the reflector and the COB. So the Mark II features a new COB design, which is similar, I would say, to what the 1200D looks like. So we have this recessed COB chip, and then we have a set of reflectors on the inside, which help project all that light and power forward. What you'll notice is that the front element here, this cover, is more of a frosted feeling or diffused feeling compared to the original, which had this kind of dotted pattern, like Fresnel pattern, which I believe was there to help merge all those color chips together behind, making them look like one big colored chip. So because of this new COB design, we need a new reflector, and we have this one right here. It is larger than the original design, but it is there to work with this new COB design to get the maximum output possible. So you're probably wondering, with this new design, what do we get out of it? Why should you upgrade to this, or why you should be looking for this version versus the original one? So with this, we get more output, and we also get less output. So we get brighter and less bright. And let me explain what I mean here. So on the high end, we get more output. If you look at these comparisons here, we can see we have a little bit more output on the high end, which is nice. If you ever felt that the original 600C wasn't bright enough, which I definitely felt in the past, this is a little bit more of a step in the right direction of getting more of that output out, which is nice. It's kind of natural to see these kind of evolutions in technology, so getting a bit more output and stuff. I don't know if it's a change of the chips themselves. I believe the design may be a little bit different. It's kind of easier to see through this kind of frosted diffused layer on the front, but it may just be down to the reflective design on the inside, which is why we're getting more output. Interestingly enough though, you can still use the same cables, the same head lead, everything, same control box between the two fixtures. So the original and this Mark II, completely the same. So this kind of makes me think that the new design is really what's giving us that more output rather than a kind of technological change on the inside, because the menu system is exactly the same. There doesn't seem to be any differences. So yeah, I believe that's probably what's going on here. If you try this on the Spotlight Max compared to the original Spotlight, you'll notice that the projection is more even and there's less of a hot spot in the center. The original 600C Pro also benefits from the more even projection when using the Spotlight Max. Now on the low end, when I say we get less power, it's a positive. So if you ever felt that you couldn't dim your light down enough, we can now actually dim this light down to 0.1%. And it actually is like a 0.1%, which is really nice, because sometimes with these high-powered lights, and this is true across lots of different manufacturers, you can't really dim them down all the way down, because if you don't have enough power, the chips just don't fire. So we get no output at all. So I don't know what they've done. However, if you see in these comparisons here, we get a significant reduction in output down at 0.1%. I think that actually anything below 1% on the original version didn't change at all in output. So from 0.1%, 0.2, 0.3, etc., all the way to 1% was exactly the same output. But on this new Mark II version, we actually get a difference in output, and you can get really low, which is very, very good if you ever felt that you couldn't dim these lights down enough. Seeing as that everything else is actually the same across these lights, there is one more difference, and that is the carry case that it comes in. So the nice roller cases that we've got since the 600D, you have one of these again, but it is larger. It is taller and a little bit wider. Also now the handle design looks a bit more sturdy. It's no longer a two-piece. It's now a single kind of bar setup here, and that may increase stability or strength in the handle. I'm not sure. The handle comes up to the exact same height though, which is interesting, but the carry case itself is larger. So hopefully you haven't designed your carts to go around the original size, because now this probably won't fit as well as your last one. I never owned the first 600C Pro, but I have had the chance to borrow this new Mark II for a couple of shoots recently, including this music video. And I really like the capabilities of the HSI mode and also the extended bicolor CCT range that you get out of it. Being able to change CCT, hue, green and magenta shift, like at a moment's notice, oversized link is such a convenience, and I'm really considering never buying a daylight only fixture ever again. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new Mark II version of the 600C Pro. I do like the fact that they are updating the older fixtures, even though the 600C isn't that old, but you know, it's nice to see a little upgrade here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes in the future. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.